All right. Happy Thursday, everybody. Hey, Jorios. Happy Thursday. Really tired, but can't complain too much. How about you? Welcome in, Cuber. Yes, indeed. I am in disembodied voice today. Boink, boink, sploosh. Tired as well. Yeah, I have not been getting very good sleep the last couple nights. Have's killing it today on Double Dip. How is that going? What's the PB? Like, what's the record so far? I haven't checked in since earlier, when the record was like floor 9 of Deep Dip 2, I think. I'm several days behind at this point. Doing event rules, or did I do editor practice? Yeah, I've played on the replay editor. Happy Thursday, by the way, Nardo Lexios. And thank you for the follow a couple days ago. Appreciate it. Happy Thursday, Syra. Rather silent voice, or is it just you? I think it's just me. Or just you. What's Double Dip? Double Dip is Deep Dip 2 stacked on top of Deep Dip 1. 15. 2 jumps from 16. Damn. Yeah, they're cooking. Sammy's on fire too, for the second time today. Oh, Jave's on floor 10 of Deep Dip 2 for the second time today. No, that's so cool though. Like I said, I only thought it was going to take them like a week or two to finish it, based off of the skill level. Double Dip squared, Double Dip on top of Double Dip. So the Deep Dip 2 jump leads back into Deep Dip 1. Well, we might get the triple dip someday. Have's rushing through so much of it. Makes sense. Can't change who you are, right? Sammy's doing triple dip 100%. Have people already asked about it? I assume it's probably a pretty common question now that double dip is a thing. Full dip, Bennett Foddy 1 into Bennett Foddy 2 into Deep Dip Trilogy. Dipthology, I think is what it would be called. Happy Thursday, Fruits Newts. Jeez. That was something. Yeah, pretty nice save. Whew. It'll be a thing when Deep Dip is finished, but Deep Dip 3 is finished by Sammy. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Hey, Zayons, welcome in. Happy Thursday. At the point of triple dip, it could probably be called a dive. Yeah, triple dip would be... I mean, double dip is already insane, but like adding another, like 16 floors on top of it. Appreciate me saving that so you don't feel guilty. I mean, fuck. Don't expect myself to play very well today. Definitely not your fault, though. Leaving for a drink and from a floor 15 fall and still not being done by the time the drink's done. Oh man. No, for sure though. That fall would be massive. Probably should do a big save on the 11 center jump, only to mess up the roof slide. Ooh. That's rough. I'm always so bad at the roof slide. I just don't feel like I have a feel for how the jump into the wall ride is. I think if I was super comfortable with that, I'm not good at jumping into a wall ride, I think is the main thing. What gives me the low expectations for the day? I woke up, I think it was around 6 or 7 p.m. last night. Still on floor 8 though, let's go. That's nice. Oh, also, BRB Unek. BR Bunek? They followed while I was offline, too. Just wanted to say thank you. Happy Thursday, Sean Ritt. How many days do I think I am from completing the tower? Some amount between 1 and 100. Could be more, though. Who knows? Guess your daily movie, Cryptic Clue. Your son for my dog. John Wick. despite the sleep schedule. Yeah. That's why I'm saying I'm probably not gonna do very well. That's also why there's no webcam on today. I am just not very presentable. Kind of just feel dead right now. I assume by the time the stream is done, though, I will be back at that point of, like, no longer feeling tired. Oh, shit. I'm, like, right at that point of, like, dropping out exhaustion, but I'm trying to reset my sleep schedule right now. The hope is that I can stay up for another, like, 9 hours. That would be nice. Good luck, thanks. Luckily for me, I don't... Well, I say I don't really need to think that much. I guess I failed on below floor 4 every time this run, but I feel like my autopilot shouldn't treat me too bad. On the Naruto front, you're learning that Madara might not be Madara because there's another Madara. Yeah, just maybe. Did also see Zertrov in chat a few times. Turns out the plugin doesn't work properly on maps as big as Double Dip. Oh, is that why there was an update? There was an update to the plugin today, and I did that before starting stream. Honestly, had a practice method in mind that could work for a fast completion. Yeah, I'm not looking for advice. I've said on multiple occasions, not that you would know, but said on multiple occasions that I'm not trying. I'm not trying to finish as fast as possible. I'm trying to finish as fast as possible in a way that I enjoy. $16 to the end in editor, and then $15 to the end, so on and so forth, until like 8. I want to focus on getting on to 11-ish by then. Keep going down floor until you learn them all, then full send the map. Oh, you just mean from, like, if you were to start from the beginning? Honestly, I don't think full floor runs from the beginning would be the play. I think if you were trying to go for the fastest completion, you would be just going jump by jump in editor. I would say probably like an hour or two. Probably like a half an hour to an hour, actually. Just practicing every jump. If you were going from scratch, like no deep dip experience, or no Trackmania experience the same way I did, then yeah, I would say probably like half an hour to an hour on every single jump of the map. There are approximately 200. There are definitely going to be some that take less time, some that take more time. But that's about 100 to 200 hours of practice. Wow. Thanks, Plastic. Fuck off. Happy Thursday, Rosu. Have's just hauling through the tower. That's Have for ya. I would expect nothing less. Oh shit, when did Chris get back? I mean, he was on 11 earlier. Yeah. I mean, no reason you can't have 2 streams open, but whatever. Reason you had the idea was because Sammy comes from the same game you do, being Geometry Dash, and that's how you practice levels into that, so I thought transferring the method over would work well. Maybe. I mean, it probably would, but I don't know. I do generally feel that trying to practice whole floors at a time from scratch is probably not the best method. The smaller the pieces you break it down into, the more knowledgeable you'll be at any given thing. Yeah, generally, like, if you're trying to practice 16 just by itself, you know, you are going to get significantly less attempts on the final jumps of 16 compared to the first ones. Unflipped his car in the roof slide plastic. Well, that sucks. Luckily, that does recover back to 10 if you do it properly, but not a fun recovery. Gotta love the roof slide. Don't know if he knows that recovery. I mean, it's not that relevant most of the time, to be fair, but you just jump back out of the plastic loop, or the plastic roof slide, towards the center of the map, which is a little scary, and land on the central circle. I haven't had to do it that much myself because usually I fail the roof slide much more magnificently. But I have practiced that recovery a little bit, just in case, because I have had that happen in practice before. You spy with your little eye something red. Is it floor 3? Start floor by floor to get grind muscle memory for each of them. Yeah. What I'm saying is mostly just that, like, well, if you're coming from my background with no Trackmania knowledge prior to playing this map, you're not going to be able to complete 16 by itself. And even if you do have a Trackmania background, I still don't think that doing it whole floors at a time, reverse order, like additively, would be better than doing, like, learning individual jumps. I mean, I think that's what you were saying, though. One click at a time. Yeah. That's the equivalent in deep dip terms to one jump at a time. It wouldn't be a bad idea for an experienced player, though. A lot more about learning how to handle slight inaccuracies and adapt to what the car is doing. True. But a lot of it is... I mean, that's the secondary thing. I think the bigger thing is just learning what the lines are. If you know how the lines work, then you're golden. Hey, Colty. Happy Thursday. Very true. Geometry Dash is a lot more predictable than TM. Yeah. I mean, the only unpredictable thing is, like, what, tap length? Wow. Gross. Nice. We got a little floor 5 party up here. Wait, what am I doing? Why did I follow? Oh my god. I followed fucking Chris's skid marks. I got so trolled. God damn it. Alright. That's what I get for being on autopilot. Keep throwing good runs today for no reason. Failed 9 to 11 for like 5 times so far. For what the fuck? Yeah, I have no idea what happened there. Oh well. Saved it anyway. Jeez. Only thing I can think of is maybe a gear. Boink. Brought the idea up of someone with no experience besting Deep Dip 2 as their first map in 2020 and someone name dropped me, so you followed? Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. No, it'll be fun when I'm really looking forward to being able to play other maps. As much as I've loved the journey so far, there is a lot more to this game than Deep Dip 2, surprisingly. Oh man. I definitely did not read Colty's message like that. At least he failed 5 times. Boink, boink. Sploosh. Going to bed. Good luck today. Hopefully I can surprise myself. Thanks, Jorios. Hopefully I can. Not holding my breath, though. Happy Thursday, Greek dude. Now for someone with no experience to finish double dip. That'd be something. Doesn't feel like it would be that much harder. I mean, it's definitely significantly harder. You have to, like, beat Deep Dip 1 every time you want an attempt at Deep Dip 2. But I do feel like the major difficulty of beating Double Dip is beating Deep Dip 2. Missed some Kindred peeking. What happened? Oh. Oh my god. What did he end up failing on 15? Welcome in, Toli. Happy Thursday. Don't know what you're talking about, Rosu, but tone it down. Wait, what's going on? That's weird. I don't know what's happening. Alright, let me... Whatever. Yeah, I don't know what was happening. I just put on a noise filter. Oof, Have dead turtled. Dang. Mike's popping and staticking. Is it still doing it, or is it fixed now that I put the filter back on? Wait, is the filter not working? Okay, it's not happening anymore. Good. I don't think the filter's working, though. It seems to be turning on when I'm not talking still. Yeah, I think that's my fridge. I don't know. Yeah, just phrasing, man. I'm too tired to deal with shit like that. Hope your next PB is similar to Kindred's. Me too. I hope my next PB is similar to Kindred's. Casual floor 19 PB. New height record through the crown. Yeah, exactly. Find some way to just blast straight through, go into orbit. Did Kindred get a new PB? Yeah, 15 apparently. Oh, I don't know if I asked. I meant to ask. Do you know what jump specifically he made it to? He said like halfway through. What did he end up failing? Frame 1 in front of the finish, frame 2 behind finish. You were never in the finish. I'm pretty sure that the game knows how to handle that. But luckily for Deep Dip, I think it wouldn't matter. If I flew up like that and went straight past it that fast, I'd probably hit it back on the way down. I would have to get really unlucky to, like, skip the frame twice. You were all watching on Discord. Brain was fried. Perhaps Askov. Sounds good. He was on 11 before. That's what people were saying, yeah. Last gray ramp on 11 before, yeah. Damn. Probably need to be moving faster than the game allows. Probably, yeah. Because I'm pretty sure even if you're going like max speed 999, it still doesn't bug the finish line. I find it hard to believe that there is like maybe you can break the speed limit. It wouldn't surprise me if there was something that allowed you to do that. But that would be crazy. Nose boost. Would a nose boost really allow you to go so fast that you skip the finish line? Need to Uber directly next to the finish, or for one frame. For the one frame of having over 1,000 speed. No, that would be wild, though. I would hate to get that unlucky. Literally, like, the first person to ever not to finish a map because I was going too fast for the finish line, and it happens to be on a Deep Dip 2 fin. That would be tragic. Even then, the game might just use interpolation to figure out that you did in fact cross the finish. Yeah, because isn't interpolation the how it determines how many milliseconds that you should be getting? Pretty sure. Drive through the fin and fall off the map. Oh man, that would be so tragic if somehow it happened that way, where I drove through the fin and somehow didn't end up falling directly back through the fin again. I don't think it's possible, but that would be like ridiculous. Oh, you know what could happen? What if I drove straight through the fin, had it bug, and then dead turtled on the crown? Now that would be terrible. Self-found herring, welcome in. Happy Thursday. Could still hope for DM to go in right direction. True. Yeah, default movement could save our ass on that one, but I don't know. I never trust default movement to drop me off a ledge. I don't actually know what the geometry of the crown is, though. What if the crown was lower, the finish moved down in the same amount as it? There was a checkpoint on top of the crown. That would be cool. I am kind of curious how the crown looks, though. Oh, you would have to, like, literally... Well, the problem with it, right? If you jump up high enough, I guess you could be, like, coming from the right, going left. But yeah, you could maybe... This is plastic, right? This is the only spot that you can obviously land on. It's not impossible to dead turtle on plastic, but it's also impossible to, like... Yeah, I don't think it would work. It would probably bounce out of the crown, though. Gotta go. Alright, talk to you later, Rosu. It would probably bounce. Like, the likelihood of it stopping there is pretty low. And with plastic, I don't think the default movement could... No, plastic default movement does actually work that way. Plastic default movement doesn't move at all for some reason. So if you somehow got it where your car bounced and then didn't bounce in a way that gave you an unturtle and stayed up on that tiny ledge, you could just be dead right there on the crown. God, I don't know. Oh, fuck. I know exactly what it is. I'm so dumb. Sorry, guys. Is that better? Oh my god, I'm so fucking stupid. Oh. My phone was plugged into my fucking computer via USB. And now it's dead. Whatever, it's just a floor 6. It's dead? Yeah, because my computer likes to, likes to give me that message when I plug or unplug anything from my USB or if my controller dies. Oh, fuck. Well, that's annoying. Anyway. Happy Thursday, Jordan. Better 6 than 11 plus. True. Although I wish I would have just figured it out significantly earlier. That would have been much, much better. But yeah, I don't think that the static thing should appear anymore. I feel so dumb for not realizing it, but it was literally the fact that my phone was sitting there directly next to my mic. I'm almost certain of it. I guess let me know if you hear anything still. Only heard it occasionally, so I wouldn't know. Yeah. No, I've accidentally done the same thing in the past. Almost certain that's what it was. You just have to see if it pops up again. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely a phone signal interference sound. Classic from the 90s and 2000s. Yeah. Yeah, I've had it happen a couple times before. It's just not something I think of. My mic just happens to be exactly next to the side where my computer is. Someone made a remix of that sound. Doesn't surprise me. Woo. Welcome in, Stistrup. Happy Thursday. Good news, you got here just in time. For what, you ask? Who knows? Someone played piano to their neighbor's car alarm. That also doesn't surprise me. Car alarms can make people go insane. Psyched that you got here just in time for that. Yeah, absolutely. Where did Kindred get again? Oh yeah, like the exact jump, right? Because that's what I was asking earlier and we didn't have an answer. Middle of 15 is all I know right now. Wait a minute. Does Kindred not use dips plus plus? Roof bonk towards the start. Roof bonk towards the start. He's on console. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, wherever it was, it's definitely farther up than my 14. Weird white plastic bit with the booster. Hey, Kindred. Happy Thursday. Congrats on the PV. White plastic bit with the booster. I assume you're talking about right after the... Wait, are you talking about the jump before Dragon or the one right before that? Oh, I guess the rail could also be it, right? Because the rail you drive into a booster and then... Kindred got summoned into the server. Yeah, so many people here now. I think this Kindred guy knows what he's talking about. I mean, if anyone knows what Kindred's PB is, it probably is Kindred. Most likely. I think the rail's the only one with a red booster, the others are yellow. Did Kindred say red booster? Oh, Kindred did say red booster. You're right. No, I think you are right. There's only... The other ones, I think, are just yellow. Because I was thinking about either the wall bang or the jump before the dragon. Or I guess the dragon jump too would technically count. Honestly, the dragon jump has a roof bonk as well, right? But yeah, he did say red. Remember, it was one of the plastic bonks, but couldn't remember which. Damn, that's unlucky, though. Also, happy Thursday, Junger. I think the dragon would have been a green roof bonk. Oh, yeah, he did say white plastic roof bonk, right? Very deductive. Also, I feel like if someone fails the dragon jump, they're just gonna say that they failed the dragon jump. Server kinda stacked. Yeah, right? Double dip brought some hype back. It sure seems like it. Or if they don't know it's a dragon, they might notice it's a reuse and mention that. I mean, who's getting to 15 and not realizing that it's a dragon? That seems kind of strange. Died under the 14 big booster wall. Ooh, that sucks. I think double dip brought back some attention to both the dips. Yeah, for sure. Watch Have yourself before coming here. Yeah, it's crazy that they're one floor away now. Brain was super low function yesterday, topped a 10 on first pipe again. Like the pipe that jumps over to the dirt section. Or when you say first pipe, do you mean the first pipe that I usually talk about? I really hate that I use that. I used that terminology, like first pipe and second pipe, even though there's a pipe before the one that I used to call first pipe. It's so annoying. I really need to reinvent that. First pipe, second pipe, third pipe. The easy peasy first one. That sucks. I mean, I threw one of those, I think, last stream, too. Happy Thursday, Bacon Man. Dragon reminds you of the Boli Bompa dragon, mascot of Swedish children's television. It kind of reminds me of, like, a coat of arms. But maybe that's just because it's kind of pixel art looking, since it's just made out of plastic blocks. Check back in on Have. There's a cloud coming from through the tower. Huh. Funny. Started going for deep dip 1 now. Floor 3 PB so far. Let's go. Honestly, if you're not locking yourself to one tower like I am, probably a good idea to go for both of them at the same time. That way, if you're ever tired of one, you can jump over to the other. Colty's definitely got the right idea. I think you're 0 for 2 in the last 2 attempts, both while Have was there. Coincidence? I think not. 0 for 2 on the first pipe, yeah. Man, that stream on Monday was so tilting. I still can't believe I failed all 3 floor 10 pipes. I mean, it's not that unbelievable, but like, ugh. Sammy was studying a clip of me doing the floor 10 dirt no slide. Let's go. Yeah, that's a really helpful clip. I mean, it's just so simple. But knowing that you can just hold right is so nice. Chris swapped between 3 till he got the last one he started. Do them both on one map? What could go wrong? Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. If I had beaten Deep Dip 2 already, I would absolutely be doing both of them on one map. Saw Sammy's using the patented 14 press forward strat now. Yeah, I think one of the times when I was doing that, he saw it and decided to learn it. Absolutely the right play. Hav is practicing higher floors of Deep Dip 2 now in editor. Nice. Is Sammy doing Deep Dip 2 again? Sammy's doing double dip, which is Deep Dip 2 stacked on top of Deep Dip 1. Sammy and Have both. It's free. God, I wish. Someone mentioned to him that I used that strat in one of his practice runs. It's so cool seeing all of it come full circle. Because obviously, like, the only reason I'm even here is because of people like Have and Sammy and like all the people that played Deep Dip 2 and made that map so popular. And now I get to help. Quack. Lavendos. Happy Thursday. And happy Thursday, Wesley. First quack of the day. True. Absolutely wouldn't have been. Like, I should have gotten a quack earlier. Oh, man. I should have just tossed my phone on the ground, to be fair. I think that would have fixed the problem, too. Oh, well. Came to lurk the progress. How does it go? Not bad. Yeah. I'm not expecting too much from today. I'm working on very little sleep, but hey, anything could happen. My first time getting to floor 8 was on, like, very little sleep. Happy Thursday, Ebron. Thanks for the good luck. Swing. Oh, God. Good control. Fuck. Where's my face cam? Not here, because I am tired and not presentable. Good luck with Deep Dip 1, by the way, Colty. Hard to say what the best mindset is for getting a good run. In general? Probably high attentiveness. Sometimes you feel shit and yet get great runs. And then sometimes you feel great, yet you mess up the most basic things. Yeah, I mean, it kind of depends. Like, a lot of the times I end up having dumb mistakes because I'm reading Twitch chat. But I also have dumb mistakes when I'm feeling nervous. And I feel like exhaustion tends to have the same effect as, like, alcohol. Where instead of feeling nervous, you're just like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. That's absolutely what happened when I first got to floor 8. I think I was like 23 hours into a 32-hour stream. Had a bunch of random plugins cluttering my screen, and I was just in don't care mode. I swear I could only see like a third of my screen at that point. But hey, it kind of worked out. I know, right? Happy Thursday, Zane. Good times. So many useful stats on screen. Like my armor. Oh, God. This is gonna be bad. Fuck! Oh, that's just out, isn't it? God damn it. Armor, vertical speed, or damage, yeah. No, it was an interesting climb. I definitely wasn't really focused on the fact that I was on a PB run. Starting this to sound like the time Virtual added a plugin every 5 minutes. I mean, yeah, that time was during a subathon. I think it was day 100. I did a subathon for that, if I'm not mistaken. That's what it was, right? Oh, God. Well, weird bounce. But yeah, for day 100, at some point, I opened up gift subs to adding plugins. That was fun. Happy Thursday, Hectic Turtle. Probably answered this many times of what made me start this Deep Dip 2 journey. Honestly, the main thing, I had been watching Virtual for probably like 5 years or something. I wasn't a Trackmania player, but I just enjoyed the look of the game. And I had just been thinking like, man, this game looks like a lot of fun to control the car properly, like when you're good at it. But I'm not interested in doing time trial. I really need an excuse to start the game and learn it. And then Deep Dip 2 came along, and I was like, yep, this is the excuse. Time to learn Deep Dip 2 from scratch. I mean, there are other things involved, too, like, at some point during the Deep Dip 2 climb, I think Virtual said something along the lines of a new player could not just pick up the game and beat Deep Dip 2. And then the Carl Jobs coverage of Virtual put you onto Riolu. Same, exactly. Or put you onto Virtual, yes. I think it was a combination of that because Carl said that he had collaborated with Virtual for like accuracy purposes and researching it or whatever. And then I think soon after that, or recently before that, Trackmania had been in a GDQ. And I think that might have been where I actually saw it. Because obviously, like, the Carl Jobs video where he's talking about it, he's just driving A01, I think, in the background. And footage of Carl driving A01 isn't exactly the most compelling, like, sales pitch for Trackmania. No offense to Carl. But I remember, I think I kept getting recommended Virtual, like, documentaries after that. Just in YouTube. And those are fun stories. So Impressive has similar thoughts while watching Bren, but when you picked the game up, it's so much harder than it looks. Absolutely. Yeah, the first couple runs, like, not first couple runs, first couple days that I started playing the game, I was struggling. Oh god. Let me just cam 7 real quick here. It's gonna sound really dumb, but I was struggling, like, this very first part. I was doing pretty well at, like, going over here and doing this transition onto the black part. But then when it came to here, for whatever reason, I always was either hitting the poles or hitting the pool, aiming for this tiny, like, white bridge. Just broke my brain. I think it's just because I was holding gas the entire time, which I do now that I have better control, but, like, as a beginner, you're able to pick up a decent amount of speed there. With that as a starting point, crazy where I am now. I know, right? But yeah, that's how bad I was. I was there 3,000 years ago. Your dreams of beating Deep Dip 2 as your first map. Cast them into the fire. No. Happy Thursday, Kurt. You remember well also starting TM with Deep Dip 2? Yes, it's it does feel like it's a relatively common sentiment, for sure. But most people moved on. Happy Thursday, Tom. Welcome in. Gotten a TM because of Riolu, so yeah. I mean, that's not a bad thing. From everything that I have heard, it feels like just about everyone liked Riolu before the cheating scandal happened. Seems like if he just immediately confessed and said like, yeah, my bad, guys, I won't cheat anymore. And then kept going from there. He probably could have rebuilt his Trackmania career super easily. Oh, God. Boink. 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 Yeah, definitely before my time, though. No, it's really interesting to me, though, knowing now how, like, deep the Trackmania history goes. It's just been around the whole time. But, like, it's just not popular in the US. Yeah, I've been here. I've been here. I think most of that drama happened during my Deep Dip 2 climb, like within the last year. Unless you're talking about stuff after that, but I'm not really interested. Happy Thursday, Fox. That would be during my climb, yeah. God, the worst thing about that whole thing was just the fact that for... Oh, God. For, like, weeks after that, non-stop, my people in my chat were just like, did you hear? Did you hear? Did you hear? Oh, man. No, I kind of have a philosophy nowadays. And that is that, like, if somebody is caught cheating and they become, like, disgraced because of that, I tend to not like talking about them as much as I can. Because you have to imagine the reason people cheat is to get, like, clout and recognition. So it feels like talking about them feeds exactly into that. Why give attention to attention seekers? Floor 9 default? Oh, God. Never found cheating appealing. Yeah, it's not... It's just not very interesting, is it? Like, even if you never get caught, you would still know. I think the main thing is, if you don't get caught, like, ever, you can pass off accomplishments that you might not have been capable of doing, or might not be capable of doing in the time frame you accomplished them, like, very quickly, and then gain recognition, gain a following, and nowadays a following is a living. So I can see the appeal of it, but if you're just doing it for a hobby, it's just not interesting. Like, you're robbing yourself of the personal accomplishment, like that feeling of accomplishment. Can cheat in poker and stuff. Makes the game boring. You mean like, how do you cheat in poker? Cards up your sleeves or something? If you could start from 12, how long do I think it would take me to reach the top? Probably like a day. You can just cheat and win, but like at that point, are you having fun? Yeah, that's the other aspect, right? It's a game. It's there for fun. Oh, you mean if you're actually like shuffling and dealing. When you said you could cheat at poker, I assumed you were talking about at a like casino table or in like an official tournament kind of thing, or online poker or something. Yeah, that's definitely a way to cheat though. Deck manipulation. You could also have like a partner do it if you're not the dealer. Seen a video of a professional poker player which exposed various cheating methods, and you would not believe some of them. I've watched similar videos. I think my favorite method is marked cards. Oh, that's funny. You were typing that exactly at the same time. But yeah, you just put ink on the cards, and then you have a pair of glasses that can see it, and voila, now you know where the face cards are. Stuff like that. I think the most recent one that I saw, there was a person who... Oh, God. Oh, man. There we go. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, there was a person who hacked into a deck, or a card shuffle machine, and they were able to make it so that for any given hand, the shuffler would know like exactly what cards were going to come next. So it would be able to tell you exactly what hands everybody at the table had, and like how strong your hand was going to be in comparison. It required a pair of people because one person had to be able to like fold and then look at their phone. But it was kind of ridiculous. All right, I will be right back. All right, all right. We're so back. The Taco Bell finally caught up with me. Happy answer the telephone like Buddy the Elf Day. That is something. Happy Thursday, Larry. Just gotta figure out how to answer the phone. Not sure if your phone takes calls. I feel like a phone fundamentally would have to take calls, right? If a phone was only capable of text, is that really a phone anymore? Good question. In fact, no, I think by definition it wouldn't be. Sure, we use the word phone to describe an electronic brick that is basically a computer that we put in our pockets. But like, just by origin, phone means like sound. Would feel silly to call something a phone if it can't take phone calls. What's another thing though that is still called what it is, even though it has long outlived its original use? I feel like there's got to be another example of that I can't think of right now. I know one of the things is like the whole like pause, rewind, stop like symbols. How we see them as like the rectangle with the triangle in front of it, or triangle for play. Those all had actual legitimate meanings that were like reminiscent of the hardware that they were associated with like VHS tapes. But now they're just symbols, devoid of their original meaning. Save icon? Yeah, the fact that we still use the floppy disk. True. That is a really good example, thank you. Man, what I wouldn't give for this to be the final run. A folder in a computer is kind of odd. Yeah. I mean, that's not 100% outdated because some companies still use physical documentation. So they do hold folders in a filing cabinet. which is basically like the analog we're going for. Although, here's a better thing. Here's a better question about that. The thing that we put in a folder on a computer is a file. Hey, happy Thursday, Zorkel. I feel like when I think about a filing cabinet, I think of the folders and the files as synonymous. Is that not true? I mean, maybe folder is like the shell, while file would be the entire entity. Like folder and its contents. Never considered that a file comes from that word? Yeah. Just more stuff that, like, eventually I feel like it will be completely phased out. Fact that every recording button is red. Oh, yeah. Visual protection to avoid mistakenly overwriting tapes. Ooh. Yeah, I remember, like, back in the day. Still so crazy to me that, like, because we had physical tapes, if you rented a tape, you were asked to rewind it. That was something that was starting to get, like, phased out in my childhood with the implementation of DVDs. I don't know, it is kind of funny thinking about physical media, though. Like, that's kind of being phased out. Document it with a binary code. Yeah. No, it absolutely makes sense for it to be called a file, like, if you're going with the filing cabinet analogy. Good run in Trackmania, even though you're driving. True. Or just racing in general, I guess. Any kind of racing thing is like, oh yeah, this is a good run. I'm obviously not using my legs for this Trackmania. Although that's... I don't know, that's a little bit... I think that's a little different because in... I think the original example that I was talking about, and you weren't here for that, of course, Zorkel. Unless you were... Maybe you were lurking, but... I was more talking about stuff where the original was, like, completely lost to time, and now we only think of it as the thing that it was later associated with when it was being used as an analog. Floppy disk is the perfect thing. Running is still something that people do today, whereas nobody uses floppy disks. You're a bit older and fiddled with analog stuff quite a lot. Had a small recording studio. That is super cool. Yeah, the only, like, recording that I remember was recording TV programs using, like, a VHS. I feel like nowadays people would be, I don't know, like, it's very easy to download a video file from a video player on the like, if you're streaming something. Is the act of downloading it to watch it later illegal? Or frowned upon? Or is it just the redistribution? God damn it. I think mainly it's the redistribution part. It's interesting, though. Because now that I'm thinking back on it, that was just a regular thing. Whether it was recording it on a physical tape or, like, saving it to your DVR. I feel like if something like that was introduced nowadays, and you just had infinite access to watching something that you had to pay for once, or that even was just available once, people would frown upon that. You have a vague memory of getting caught just for downloading? Getting caught for downloading? Huh. Oh! Vague memory of a fear of getting caught just for downloading. Yes. As if it was illegal. I mean, I think technically it is. Technically? Depends on the author. There are licenses like Creative Commons where you can use and redistribute under certain conditions, like citing the author. It's I mean, I know there are supposed to be stuff like fair use, although doesn't stop massive corporations from flagging people on YouTube videos that are making like fair critiques. Quack. No, I definitely remember that. There was like a whole fear-mongering campaign around illegal downloads. Gotta love that ad for what was it? You wouldn't download a car, or you wouldn't steal a car. And it was trying to like compare Grand Theft Auto to piracy. Know exactly what I'm talking about. It was fairly like well-known commercial, I would say. Such a funny thing though, because if I could download a copy of someone's car, I would absolutely do it in a heartbeat. Just instant like replica of that exact car. Easy. Fair use for educational purposes, generally free, like if you analyze a song in depth. Even then though, good luck using the entire song. Like, it might... Oh god, that's so bad. Sure, it might be fine, legally speaking, but you're probably going to be in hot water if you just play a song, even bit by bit, and try to analyze it. Depends on the publisher, of course, always, but... Such faulty logic. The bad thing about stealing is the other one losing it. Yeah. Loss of profit for the creator if it's to be sold, but the you wouldn't steal a car thing doesn't hold. No, absolutely. Happy Thursday, Ira. getting strikes anyway. I mean, that's just because AI is the one doing all the striking. Whack. You were joking. Wow. Wow. Okay. Boink. Oh, no, I missed! God damn it. Oh. Well, doesn't really matter very much. Like, almost no problem at all. Some people have received strikes for their own registered material. That doesn't surprise me. I know I've gotten random strikes, not strikes, but like flags on YouTube over random Nintendo songs by definitely not Nintendo. People like making a remix or probably just re-uploading the exact original copy of the song and then putting on like a short or something. It's so dumb. God damn it. Oh, dang. 5 minutes ago, I realized that I missed kind of a fun number. The timer was at 17654321. Gross. Oh. God. I feel like Tony is where my sleep deprivation has been killing me a lot. Like 3 or 4 of these Tony jumps that I should not have failed. Wouldn't have failed normally. Nice. Sploosh. Oh, right. This is the run that I went to the bathroom in the middle of. I think. Pretty sure I'm right. Shit. God damn it. Okay. Wow. Just out of curiosity, for anyone adept in Trackmania, have there been maps where you need to do a frame-perfect input for the fastest line? For the fastest line? I think if you were talking theoretically like tasks, every input would be probably frame perfect. Because most of the time, you want to hug the curve, like, as closely as you can. On a lot of turns, right? So if you're not literally as tight up against the wall as you could possibly be, then you're not doing the fastest line. And I think getting as close to the wall as you possibly could be would be frame perfect steering. Although there could be multiple variants of the fastest line. Happy Thursday, Nylasso. A map that's only possible to get a top time with a frame perfect input regardless of task. No, I don't. I think if you're just talking about the best time, probably very few maps that would require something like that. Because I don't think there's really such a thing as a perfect run most of the time. For most things, the person with the top time made some mistake somewhere. There is always usually room for improvement. Kind of depends on how long the map is or how long the map is, how long it's been out, and how much it's been hunted. Played it a bit in the last month, and everyone talks about frame perfects. I mean, frame perfects is just a general, like, speedrunning thing. Although Geometry Dash uses it a lot, right? Like, very specific, high precision spots. Happy Thursday, Denny. Have as many hours on Geometry Dash as a lot of TM pros. Have around 4,000. Nice. I guess I had a different definition of fastest, you know? If all you're aiming for is #1 spot, you don't need frame perfect inputs. You don't need to do the theoretically perfect thing. Streamers have like 10,000 plus hours. Probably, yeah. I think a lot of the Trackmania streamers have been playing it for like literally decades. Not decades, a decade. Like over 10 years, so. Hello there, duck. Quack. All right. Just about the closest quack I think I've ever had. Friend that has 12,000 hours in Geometry Dash. Dang. Now that feels like a game that you could play a lot. Like, some of those maps are absolutely insane. Oh, are you talking about the backward speed slide? Why doesn't everyone do that? Because it's slower. It's slower, and the backward speed slide isn't really much harder. The backward speed slide is relatively easy, and it saves time. So I think most high-level players would do that. I just like having the guarantees. If I can make sure that, like, a specific jump literally never loses me a run, I will go for it. Man, fuck this loop. I've been having such a bad time with this loop today. Painful watching Sammy fail the ice slide jump on 10, knowing full well that he didn't need to ice slide on the dirt. Oh, you're talking about the flick? Like the... God damn it. Yeah. Yeah, the dirt flick on 10 is not something you need. Meant in the event because you value consistency over time in events like Deep Dip 2. Yeah, I don't think most people thought about it at the time. But again, it's a skill issue thing. The people during the event that were getting to 7 consistently and, like, competing for the finish, like the first several finishes, are the players who wouldn't need to shortcut that. Like, Bren doesn't need to take the safe route for an easy, very lenient backwards speed slide. But yeah, I think the main thing as well, though, is that I don't know how many people knew about that. Because a lot of people have the same reaction that you did. Don't know, even if you were good like that, you'd still take safes when possible to get as many runs to top floors as possible. The thing about them, though, is that they are so consistent normally that the best way to get as many runs as possible to the top floors is to drive as quickly as possible. That just kind of works for people at that level. Fuck! God damn it. Jordan, I am not looking for advice at all. Like, don't suggest things, please. Bren was already talking about good floor times as if he was hunting them out for world record. Yeah, for sure. I do the same thing now.
Hey, longer time no see, how you doing?
Hey, thank you for the 12 months, Gray. Happy Thursday. I'm doing all right. Very tired today. I have been up since about 6 or 7 p.m. yesterday. But yeah, all in all, not too bad. How are you doing? Every Deep Dip player does this is an exclusive to Ren. True. Why is that? I don't know. I've just been having kind of a tough time sleeping the last couple days. Plan is to stay up until hopefully like 9 or 10 tonight. And then hopefully have my sleep schedule go back to normal. Do the good old stay up for over 24 hours straight. Sadly sick right now, which means you don't have to work. You guys, but your throat's killing you. Dang. I feel like your throat killing you is one of the most annoying ways to be sick. Just like constant pain. You have insomnia, and really the only way you can sleep is to drink a lot of caffeine because you have ADHD, or be baked off your mind. I generally don't have that problem. Oh, fuck. Yeah, thanks. No, I feel like this is just general advice to literally anyone watching somebody play on Twitch. Anything. If they don't specifically ask for backseating advice, don't offer it. Unsolicited advice is very annoying. I think the most annoying one is ear pain. Oh yeah, ear pain would be annoying too. Honestly, any kind of like chronic pain though. Long-lasting pain. Earaches when swallowing, yeah, that is terrible. Oh my god, again? Really? Chronic back and knee pain. Ooh. Yeah, that does not sound fun. Gotta join for at least one run. Good luck, Sister Up. God, I just want to get a run to fucking 8. Like, this is kind of how I expected the day to go, to be fair. sleep deprivation and driving is certainly not a good combo, but didn't expect myself to get stuck on 7 this whole time. Back pains because you're a gamer, but the knee pain was due to you breaking your femur in half. God, that sounds awful. I've heard that's like literally the most painful break, which makes perfect sense. Had to have surgery to put rods in to align it again to heal. And now you have a small limp every now and then as a result. And small jolts of pain in your knee. Ooh. Damn. Also must suck going to the airport. No, I'm really lucky. I have never broken a bone. Five-year-old, you thought it was the end. I mean, yeah. It's a little bit... It's a little bit of a weird thing, though. I feel like any pain for, like, a 5-year-old tends to be like, oh shit, this is the end of the world kind of pain, since you just haven't experienced much yet. Has breaking your femur made every other pain that you felt in your life feel like easy mode, though? I could almost imagine that being the case, where you're like, oh, like compared from on a scale from 1 to breaking my femur, this is definitely a 1. First-degree burns and razor cuts are nothing. Ugh. To be fair, I feel like razor cuts don't hurt that bad, right? Since they're usually a clean cut. Can't attest to the first-degree burns, though. No, I feel like a lot of the times, though, if you're cut with something sharp enough, it doesn't really hurt until, like, several seconds later, and only once you, like, apply pressure. I remember there was this one time where I was stretching, and we were doing this stretch where we did, like, the splits, basically, against the wall. But, like, back was on the ground, legs were up, and we were just letting gravity push our legs down. And it happened to be directly underneath a mirror that didn't have any safety on it. So it was very sharp, and I didn't think about it. When I went to uncross my legs, I sliced open both my feet. And didn't even realize until someone pointed out, hey, there's a, like, bloody footprint following you around. Such a terrible, like, gross injury. Didn't really hurt bad, though. slice part of your thumb off with a razor by accident? All you did was clean it and put a butterfly band-aid on it? Ugh. Small scar on your thumb now. Oh, I've got massive scars on my feet from that. Probably wouldn't have been that bad, but I think I was dumb and I kind of picked at it. Ooh. Most headaches are like mild pressures for you. Had to learn what a headache was because your pain tolerance is so high now. Whenever you feel a small pressure in your head, you just take an aspirin and lay down. I feel like I should probably... I'm not a big, like, drug person. But I feel like it would probably be a good idea to be better with that. I don't know, I just feel like I've known too many people that are like, oh, I have a mild headache, time to take drugs. And then, like, they felt like they got headaches all the time. You're not either, but you're on 4 different meds now for actual reasons. Yeah, I mean, for actual reasons, for sure. Makes sense. No, closest thing to medicine that I really ever took was, like, if I was ever feeling nauseous, I self-medicated with Sprite. Don't know what it is, but Sprite always felt like it calmed down my stomach. Yeah, those make sense. Boink. Sploosh. Alright, back to 6. Love to see it. Gross. Dang. Yeah, that sounds awful. I am definitely not envious. Being a hypochondriac sucks. Yeah. Especially in the US. Unless you got some, like, really killer insurance plan. Just imagining someone in the US being in that position with the repeated acid reflux. Like, oh man, am I having a heart attack? I'll just wait it out. Let's see. It'll probably be fine. Thankfully, the government of your state forces Medicaid to drop all outstanding bills, so your debt went from 7K to nada. Damn. That is so nice. Oh, geez. I thought I was just gonna get a free save. Map had other plans. All right. Oh, finally, Quack. Happy Thursday, Tuz's thing. Did I say Tuesday or Thursday? I meant Thursday. Probably said Thursday, but my brain is saying Tuesday for some reason. think I'm proving that no matter who you are, as long as you put the time in, absolutely do something as difficult as Deep Dip 2 and TM. Absolutely. That has kind of been the goal from the beginning. Well, secondary goal. Of course, primary goal is beating the map, but... No, I am absolutely not like a natural, gifted Trackmania player. Everything you see here is just the result of tremendous effort. Fucking finally. Happy Thursday, yes, sir. No cam. Like, yeah, map has 10 finishes. I think it's 17 or 18 now. I think it's 18. But yeah, very low number of finishes. Not a lot at all compared to the number of people who play TM. True. Any reason or there's no cam? I'm currently on 23 hours, 22 hours, 21 hour? 21 hours awake. And I'm just not presentable. I don't feel like having a cam on today. You'd say Deep Dip 2 is one of the hardest in 2020? Yeah, for sure. Doing the 360, I can say 360 no cam. True. Oh, man. Feels good to be past that dumb loop. Boink. Oh, gross. One-weighted turtle. I actually find it more consistent for me than driving off the ledge on the side. I like that my car never really, like, leaves the ground. I really hate turtles where I have to, like, bounce into it. And that's kind of how the other one feels to me. Gross. Kind of funny that you're top 8 on Double Dip. Feels nicer to say than floor 3. Wait, top 8 on Double Dip? How many people have played that map? Not many at all, apparently. Yeah, I mean, I guess getting to floor 3 on Deep Dip 1 is pretty tough, right? I've heard that the first couple floors on that map are... Oh, jeez. Thank you so much for the raid and the follow, Tarper. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Thursday. Boop. And thank you for the follow, Shorty Gray. Combined with the Lars Raiders. Okay. Very honest of you. You definitely could have just taken all the credit for yourself. How was your stream? Obviously pretty good, given the Lars raid, but what were you guys up to? Thank you for the follow, Rishnitz in 3rd degree. And Jonas Burn. The red eye circulation is a follow sound. Oh yeah. Congrats on getting that stuck in your head now. World record bingo. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Crap. Oh. Okay, that was dumb. Okay. We're going down. Anything here? Anything at all? Nah. Fantastic. Blame Darfur. No, absolutely not. Jim Babbley, thank you for the follow. No, I'm the same way, though. Designed that follow notification specifically to get that song stuck in people's heads. Gets it stuck in my head pretty much every time, too. Anyway, guess you guys get to see the full run from scratch now. I am on maximum sleep deprivation. Hey, Shangar. Opinion on marmalade. I think the only one that I've ever tried is orange flavored. Orange marmalade. It's been so long. It's been so long since I had marmalade that I can't really give an opinion of it. I feel like when I had it, I was young enough to just think, oh, this is just orange jam. Get some marmalade and you'll ask again in 2 to 3 business days. Song from an anime you still want to watch? I feel like you've heard the song so many times already. No, same. I've been holding off on that. I love that song, but I've been holding off to watch Monogatari series until I feel more fluent. Did someone Finn? You've never seen a 2 on there? No, Puchas. That's a normal 2. Generally, if there's been someone in the server, that tends to happen. Although I don't know the full details of how it works. Happy Thursday. Marmalade sandwich under a hat. Do I have to eat the hat too? $87.55 in Cambo. Happy Thursday. Watch it in English, but you'll rewatch it when you're more fluent too. Double dipping on the fun. Oh, absolutely. Based on name? No, I think it's based on order of entering the server. When I'm the first person to... Would not advise eating the hat. Happy Thursday, wildebeest. When I'm the first person to enter the server, it feels like I always get the number 1. And then everybody else always gets a number 2. But there have been times where like everybody gets a 1 or most people get a 1. Only eat sweet or sour for the rest of your life. I think I get more joy out of sweet. Although, you can never have lemonade again. How sour does it have to be to consider sour? Like, is it only if you pucker? Because I feel like lemonade is watered down and sugary enough that it usually doesn't taste very sour. Even though it's based on a sour fruit. Only if you do the mouth stretch thing. Okay. I think I would consider some lemonades to not be sour then. Like, I get this frozen strawberry lemonade at Popeyes pretty frequently. And I don't feel like that's sour. Now getting back into anime. Okay, that's a dumb idea. Because of Freerin and JJK next month, still think you're gonna hold on to watching the Monogatari series. Probably gonna watch Chainsaw Man movie tonight. Nice. I enjoyed it a lot. Very good movie. Favorite anime at the moment is Gachiakta. Closely followed by Made in Abyss and ReZero. That is interesting. I mean, if any isekai was making your top 3, that would probably be the one. Unless you were a Mushoku Tensei enjoyer. I haven't actually gotten into Made in Abyss, though. Finished Made in Abyss 2 days ago, and we'll start Gachiakata soon. That's the literal garbage one, right? Yes, okay. Need to watch Made in Abyss. I don't know why I haven't. I think I've watched like the first episode or 2. It's on my watch list. It's not like I dropped it, I just didn't watch the next episodes and lost track of, like, lost time. Your dad has been reading the Made in Abyss manga, but you haven't gotten into it yet as well. Damn. I wish I had family that watched anime. Or family that watched more varied anime. The only anime that my family watches is... My brother-in-law watched Demon Slayer. And as much as I want to be able to talk to somebody, like, in real life about anime, I'm not sure if I'm willing to stoop that low yet. Incredibly good, though a bit weird at times. Oh, is that the, like, beige, like, rabbit-looking thing? Yes? Okay. Yeah, I haven't... I think that character is introduced a little bit later than what I've watched, but I know of that character. Oh, crap. Your dad's the one that got you into anime because he's a huge fan of the Miyazaki movies. Fair enough. Those are definitely good movies. I think technically, well, it's a little bit weird. I feel like I had a pretty common anime backstory. Because I started watching technically when I was very young. If you think about stuff like Pokemon and Digimon and Dragon Ball and Yu-Gi-Oh! Technically all anime. Like, definitely the most Dragon Ball among those. Like, Sailor Moon, too, is another one. I remember watching a bit of Gundam as well. Literally all on Toonami. Just Cartoon Network, so... It was all stuff where I was like, yeah, no, this is just on the Cartoon Channel. This is just cartoons. Which a Japanese person would agree with, but, like... It was only later on that I realized, oh, wait, no, that was anime. Shit. No, my first, like, anime that I watched knowing the difference between them was Death Note. Captain Tsubasa, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Beyblade, Doraemon, some others. Used to think of them as cartoons, had no clue what anime was. Yeah, exactly. Had a hard time getting into Dragon Ball. I can see that. Original Dragon Ball was best. Before Z. But it was a very different show back then. Oh, goddamn. Rurouni Kenshin? Yes. Remember loving that show. Don't think you got into watching anime series until like 7 years after you started watching anime movies. Oh yeah, that's another one. I remember I had a copy of both Spirited Away and, more importantly, Kiki's Delivery Service. Crayon Shinchan. Oh, man. No, I used to watch those movies non-stop. Loving the 2024 reboot. Just hope the Initia arc is animated. Tuxmew, thank you for the follow. Happy Thursday. And happy Thursday, Yuramon. Oh, God. Sakura-san no pet kanojo. Pet na kanojo. Yeah. Found through YouTube anime kiss compilations. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. That phase. I think I've only watched the first episode of the reboot for Rurouni Kenshin. But I remember I liked it a lot. But it's just on my watch list right now. But it felt like watching the old show. But with, like, significantly better animation. For Slice of Life, Lucky Star, and Toradora. Is Toradora Slice of Life? I kind of feel like that would be more romance, yeah? Watched it on YouTube entirely as well, with like copyright-free background music in the corner of the screen. Interesting. Oh, and in the corner of the screen. Gotcha. Only watched the reboot that came out last year or 2 years ago, but never watched the original. I'm gonna have to watch it. That might be one of the things that I start watching soon now. Right now, I've been watching The Mentalist. I never watched that back in early 2000s, or late 2000s. Been enjoying it quite a bit. Feels like more serious psych to me. Slice of life and romance kind of go hand in hand so many times. True. But generally, when I think of a show that's a romance story, I think of the romance genre first, and then slice of life like second. I feel like when I think of slice of life, a lot of the times, I think more of the like cute girls doing cute things kind of genre. Best slice of life / romance anime. Legend of the Galactic Hero.
This thing is so confusing.
Thank you for the 2 months, Yuraman. The sub you promised a week ago. What's confusing? Now I'm confused. Your grandfather's caught up on One Piece and you have no idea how? Well, if you have lots of free time, then you'll have no problem watching 1,100 episodes. Because I was your top streamer of 2025. Let's go. Oh, the confusing thing was it doing the sub message like 3 times? That is confusing. You've seen it, you know how tsundere they are for each other. Legend of the Galactic Hero. I have not seen it. I feel like that's the meme answer for like the show that's on everybody's watch list. I will probably end up watching it someday. Maybe. Tried watching Fate and it couldn't hold your attention. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about the whole Fate thing. Seems hard to get into. Oh my god, you're kidding. What? Okay. Fantastic. Wow! Goddamn. Definitely worth watching the first 20 episodes. Either be addicted to finishing it, or you will not really enjoy it. Got like 5 episodes in before you were hooked. I mean, I have heard that it's like one of the best shows. But at the same time, like, if what you're saying is true and you have to, like, you recommend giving it 20 episodes, that's, like, what, 8 hours of my life I'm never getting back? Only thing Fate you know is Astolfo being top 3 anime characters of all time, right up there with Felix. It's not it only gets good after 20 episodes, that you'll quickly figure out within those 20 if it's for you or not. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it gets good after 20. I'm saying that you're saying, like, give it a chance up to 20 episodes. But, like, if you get through 20 episodes and you are in that this isn't for me bucket, sure, maybe you'll know earlier. But that's a lot of time to ask somebody to dedicate to a show that they're not sure they're gonna like. Obviously, you might be into it after like 5 episodes, but even then, well, 5 episodes is a lot more reasonable. That's like 20. That's like 2 hours. That's like asking somebody to sit down and watch a movie. Do I have a My Anime list? I don't. I wish I did. But I feel like at this point I've watched so much anime that it would just feel weird creating one. Because there's no shot that I'm remembering everything that I've ever watched. And I would feel so icky having an incomplete list. Not sure by episode 10. I mean, episode 10, that is still like 5 hours of time that you're asking someone to put into it. Kind of the same problem as 20. Don't have to add everything at once. If you remember something, add it. Get what you mean, yeah. No, you're right. I wish that I would have, though. If I would have immediately, like, thought about it back in 2011 and just slapped stuff on that as I watched it and, like, rated it, I would love to have that list. Better later than late than never for you. Oh, God. Why am I driving so poorly? Please tell you if you're being unreasonable here, but you couldn't get into JJK. Felt like a worse modern day clone of Bleach. Never watched Bleach. But, like, it is just a polished shonen action anime. 10 is like 3 hours? I guess it depends if you're considering it like 20 or 24 minutes. I feel like a lot of those shows are around 24 minutes. It's iffy. It's probably like 4 hours. We'll meet in the middle. Are you saying it's shocking that I've never watched Bleach? It's kind of funny because now it's the only one of the quote-unquote big 3 that I've never watched. I didn't watch Naruto growing up. Didn't watch One Piece growing up. Didn't watch Bleach growing up. I eventually... Are you kidding? Eventually watched Naruto. Eventually watched One Piece. Still haven't watched the shortest of the 3. feel like I probably should at some point. I'm not huge into shonen action anymore. Most shows need something more for me to get hooked nowadays. Man, I have no idea how to pronounce your name. How is the 4 pronounced? Oh well. Andraic? Something like that. Thank you for the follow. Happy Thursday. A lot of the anime you've seen is more mainstream as of now. Yu Yu Hakusho and Hunter x Hunter easily top 10. I think I'm about halfway through Yu Yu Hakusho now. Only watched 2011 Hunter x Hunter. But that is a great show. Goes for a lot of people. The mainstream thing. Probably. I mean, there's a reason it's mainstream. It's because it's more popular. Bleach is by far the least known of them. Oh, you mean that? That Bleach is the one people skip over. Yeah. Does anyone in chat watch Pluribus? That sounds like an encyclopedia to me. Happy Thursday, AOEB. Loved both. 2011 was peak. I've heard that there is some, like, couple things, like, couple scenes that I feel like are significantly better adapted, apparently, in the first adaptation. Happy Thursday. Thank you for the follow. Remind me to wake up. Newest series from the creator of Breaking Bad. Oh, not an anime. Pluribus is a Vince Gilligan show. Got you. I was quite confused. Happy Thursday, Tula. But yeah, it's kind of funny though that I say I can't really get in. I don't usually pick up random generic shonen action stuff. And then I watch like any of the random trashy romance shows that I find. Just gobble them up. Are isekais still a thing? Absolutely. When you stopped watching, they were everywhere. They probably still are. I think there's at least 1 or 2 of them every season. And then on top of that, there are a new breed of isekai, the villainess stories, which are isekai except the main heroine is always reincarnated into the evil woman that's supposed to like lose in the visual novel or whatever. And I feel like those have been getting very, very popular lately. Seems like at least 1 or 2 of those every season, too. Seems like you left at the right time. I don't know, there's been quite a few, like, really good shows. There's definitely a lot of non-isekai stuff out there. Had your first instance of an anime being canceled as as you were watching the first season and enjoying it? Want to guess what that was? Oh, what would it be? What would it be? God, I have no idea. I feel like most anime get a season 2 now. Oh, No Game, No Life. I mean, yeah, that's a classic one. Give you a trip to increase your personal discipline. I feel like one thing that really gets people down is just the idea of comparing yourself to others. When you look at how good you are right now or how bad you are right now, and then you compare yourself to somebody who's really good at the thing. Like if I compared myself to Bren or Have, you know? Or someone like Sammy or Virtual, Schmaniel, like all of those people. If I compare myself to them, I would feel really bad and lose like all my motivation. So you just have to like think about how you were yesterday. That is the biggest thing. When you're trying to like motivate yourself, just think like, how bad was I yesterday? Or how bad was I a week ago? What did my runs look like a month ago, you know? And then, assuming that you're practicing, you should be able to look back at yourself from like a week or a month ago and think, damn, how is that the same person controlling that car? I mean, it doesn't have to be Trackmania, by the way. It could be anything. How is that the same person? And that, I feel like, motivates me to keep trying and keep getting better. Keep getting more consistent. Boink. Yeah, No Game, No Life is still discontinued. I feel like it hasn't aged well, to be fair. Well, I mean, it is what it is. It's a very ecchi show. Love No Game, No Life. Now you have to spend $500 on the manga. Yeah. I don't think that show's ever coming back, to be fair. So manga it is. React to my first stream when I finish. Unfortunately, I can't, but I could react to like my 5th stream. I lost streams 1 through 4 because I was dumb and didn't save them early enough. Big oof. How do I deal with bad days? Nowadays, when I look at bad days, I think, I mean, for me, it's pretty easy because like today is a pretty bad day, all things considered. My current day's PB is miserably failing the bleb jump on floor 8. All I have to do is think, wait a minute. It is a bad day to only go to floor 8 for me. And again, just looking at myself back in the day. At some point in time, floor 8 was my peak. Or above my peak, and I would have been so happy to just get a single floor 8. But the fact that I can be disappointed in only getting a floor 11 is so cool to me. I mean, that's a lot harder to visualize, I think, on normal maps. Unless you're, like, recording what your times are, you know? if you're not recording your times, then you kind of just have to remember, oh, this was my best time of the day or whatever, and this is a time that was very good for me like a month ago. If I want to talk ecchi, Interspecies Reviewers was another one that you look forward to season 2 when it got canceled. That is barely ecchi. Hey. Thank you so much for the sub, AoE. No, I think the more generic answer, though, for the, what to do if you have a bad day question, you can just remind yourself that not every day is going to be a fantastic day, right? You have to have the bad days to, like, weigh out, like, balance out the good ones. And honestly, wouldn't have it any other way. Hard to appreciate your great days if all of them are. I think I wouldn't mind having the ratio lowered a little bit. I'm back, so you're back so I can respond to the message. I don't really consider that ecchi. That is just hentai. Whack! Doesn't really surprise me that it got canceled because it was quite controversial. On the other hand, then they aired Nukitashi. But apparently that show was so bad that on actual Japanese TV, they often had to have versions of the episode that were like almost entirely audio only, which is hilarious to me. Do I feel like I found my personal calling in streaming and playing Deep Dip? Or am I just vibing and enjoying life? I don't know. If I could either not worry about money or like make enough money streaming, I think that would be the hypest thing. I don't think there is any job that I would probably like to do more. But right now, yeah, I am basically just vibing and enjoying life. Hard to say anything else if I'm not actually making enough to pay rent, you know? Oof. That's bad. Dang loop. Fair enough, but it's very much labeled as ecchi. Yeah. You know the ecchi that I'm sad about being canceled? High School of the Dead. Now that ecchi was peak. Unfortunately, the author passed away, so no shot of having that one continue on. Takamine-san had the same drama. That one wasn't nearly as bad, though. Classic Mach 6 vibrating boobs. Yeah, pretty much. Gotta have him, like, matrix around a sniper bullet. Happy Thursday, Salamandra. And happy Thursday, Annalata. Sorry, I got distracted by Ecchi. Missed out on your message. High School DD was great. Was peak as well. I think I only watched the first season. Do remember enjoying it, though. Had very nice plot. God damn, that ending, though. Man, speaking of, I really enjoyed Shokugeki no Soma. That was a show that I feel like did the creative solutions in shonen battles thing like so well. Most non-shonen anime? I mean, that just feels like Hunter x Hunter to me. Oh, sorry. I don't have a song command, but this is called Extinction from the Evo Search for Eden soundtrack. Yeah, I love that game. One of my favorite games of all time, Evo. Assassination Classroom. Yeah, that one is kind of more slice of life, actually. I would still say it's very shonen, though. It's just that, shonen is just a demographic, or a target demographic. I think you're probably meaning like shonen action. Stuff like Dragon Ball and Bleach and One Piece. But yeah, I love Assassination Classroom. When you think of shonen, you mostly think of big, big shows. Woo! Crazy. Whew. No, that was a really good show, though. It's funny, I normally don't get super emotional at shows, but that show in particular, when I finished watching it for the first time, I think I had like a fever. I felt like really sick, and I was just staying at home binging that show. And I bawled my eyes out. So now I don't know if I'm actually just really sad, because it happens every time I rewatch it. I think I've watched it 3 times now. Always bawl my eyes out at the ending. But I don't know if it's because I'm sad or because of the association with that event. It is a sad show, though. I mean, Assassination Classroom? Yes. Did I say something different? I might have misspoke. Oh, I just kept saying that show. Yes. I was talking about Assassination Classroom. My bad. No. I was talking about the ending of High School DxD. That show just brought me to tears. It's just a beautiful, wholesome story, you know? Do I think anime is a teenager thing to do? Exclusively teenager, or a thing that teenagers should or can do? No to the first, yes to the second. Although I guess if anime is a teenager thing to do, then that just means that I like anime enough for 2 teenagers, which is perfect for my age. I think it's healthy to have hobbies even as you go into adulthood. Too many people just spend their time sleeping, eating, and working. But honestly, like, the main thing is moderation, right? That's for any hobby, though. But if you enjoy it, there is nothing wrong with it. PB? Like Days PB? This. It has been a slow-ass day, Tula. My previous Days PB was failing Bleb Jump. What if your hobby is nagging Twitch streamers? Thank you for the follow, Caillou. Didn't realize you hadn't already followed. Me neither. Happy Thursday. I guess the thing is in moderation, right? Which means that you can nag other Twitch streamers and then you don't have to nag me. As for your watch list, you have stuff like Rising, My Hero Academia, Follow Season, SAO to laugh at it. I don't know, I feel like SAO is enjoyable. Middle seasons were really bad, but I mean, none of them are like peak, but I've heard the later seasons are pretty good. Noragami, Buso Ranking, AOT, and Demon Slayer. Nice. Thought you meant Twitch chat mods. Oh, no. I meant, like, do it, like, not excessively. Boink. Is today a locked-in day? Nope, today is a I am tired and didn't feel like getting dressed day. Because I've been up since, like, 6 o'clock last night. Been like 22 hours now. Reed said most important in moderation or something like that. Yeah. No, I did not mean that in order to be a moderator, you need to watch anime. Although that is a pretty good rule of thumb, you know? Clearly mods should be adept anime watchers. Have a massive mental list of anime you need to watch. I really liked the final season of My Hero Academia. Wasn't exactly, like, groundbreaking, but it was a good ending. Watched 100 Girlfriends recently, haven't laughed that hard in ages. Yeah, 100 Girlfriends is peak. Fucking love that show. Boink. Why is someone there with me? That is because Hob is a very good driver. Amount of references is awesome. I feel like it's funny even without it, though. You don't necessarily need to get the references. But yeah, it's a very good show. 8 equals 10. Need to get some rest. Good night. Have a nice stream. Thank you, Yurimon. Have a good night. I will talk to you later. Boink. Thank you for the good luck, Sino. Happy Thursday. 10 also equals 25. Okay. I'm down. Happy Thursday, Lysergium. Close enough. Goddamn. That was so close to bonking. Oh, 10's equal to 25 on double dip. Yes. No, that makes sense. I was confused about what you were talking about, but yeah. Would it be a good candidate for a live-action remake? I don't think it's a good candidate for a show. Let alone a live-action remake of it. That game is so deeply entrenched in fourth wall breaking, like you being a central character. Not like you, the character that you're playing as, but you, the person, that it would just be terrible as a TV show. There isn't any interaction in a TV show. All right. Very nice. Message transcends the medium. Oh, fuck. I wouldn't say it's the message necessarily. It's the point, I guess. Like, you're saying that the message transcends the medium, like, no. Like, the medium is the point of Doki Doki Literature Club. Oh, God. Why didn't I let go? Why didn't I let go? Oh, fuck. Ah, man. Well, could be worse. If that type of material can be transcended. It's not a good choice. Probably tell your taste in anime is rather high-ish. First was kind of peak. Rurouni Kenshin was so good. I don't know. I don't really like judging people based on their taste. I think if you enjoy the shows that you watch, that is the most peak thing. Almost said something so out of pocket. Okay. But yeah. I think rather than somebody liking only the things that are critically the best, if you're the type of person where you unapologetically love SAO from beginning to end and would rate it a 10 out of 10 masterpiece, then that's peak. You enjoyed the shit out of it. What more could you want? I would definitely say watch season 1. Nothing retroactively ruined the first season. If anyone's saying that kind of shit, it's just hyperbole. It's just the fact that the following seasons were bad by comparison. Mob Psycho 100. Oh yeah, such a good show. I still need to finish it. I initially watched it when season 2 came out, I think. And then they took a bit of a long time, I think, coming out with season 3. And by the time season 3 came out and I wanted to watch it, I felt like I needed to rewatch season 1 and 2 again. Thoughts on Sisyphus? I don't know. Seems to enjoy it. I think that's the most important thing. As long as he enjoys pushing that boulder up. No harm. If you're making it a comment related to this climb, then doesn't really relate because Sisyphus doesn't have a finish line. Seen season 1, but haven't seen season 2. Yeah, I didn't like season 2 as much. Oh, wait. Are you talking about Mob Psycho or One Punch Man? Because I recommend watching season 1 of One Punch Man, so I think you're probably talking about One Punch Man. Oh, Mob Psycho. No, season 2 is great. I still need to watch season 3, but like, watch Mob Psycho. Absolutely recommend that. Streamer once said the worst thing you can do to Sisyphus is take his boulder away. Yeah, I mean, I think there's something to be said about having purpose in your life. Isn't the finish line the top of the mountain? I mean, I guess that's true. Once I get my car to the top of the mountain there, to the crown, it will inevitably fall back down. But once I do that, I don't have to push it back up again. So I think the whole myth falls apart, like, as an analogy at that point. And then I'm at the bottom of Deep Dip 1. True. I don't know, though. Sisyphus never got to find a new mountain, didn't he? Would Sisyphus have enjoyed it more if he had DLC? What a quote. And gambling. Sisyphus needed gambling. I could see that. Imagine how happy Sisyphus would be if he got to be like, all right, what are the odds that I get this rock up to floor 11 this time? But who does he bet with? Is it the boulder? Boulder's the only one around. Nice. Beautiful. What if Sisyphus had Twitch chat? Yeah. Any question of Sisyphus enjoying his climb would probably be going out the window at that point. Man, imagine how toxic people would be to this guy that's just doing his best to push a boulder up a mountain. Sisyphus just rage quits when he drops the boulder, it rolls back down, and there's just full XDD spam. Cristiano Gogo, welcome in. Happy Thursday. Whew. Hey, Days PB, let's go. Hope I tackle this gigantic boulder soon. Me too. Or at least get up to 15 again soon. Been too long. Blink. Hands down the most beautiful floor. I love this floor. It is beautiful aesthetically and also quite satisfying to drive once you know the lines. You like 13 a bit more aesthetically? "13 is significantly more colorful, that's for sure." Woo-wee! How much have I learned about the game on this map alone? 100%. Fuck! God damn it, no! Oh. Oh, I missed everything! Oh, god damn it. Oh, literally everything? God, that's so fucking punishing. Oh. Man. Well, it was a good run. We made it past the zigzag. Not the zigzag, the roof slide. I know, right? Heard you got to 15, Have. Map's going down so soon. I knew it would. Happy Thursday. All right. It was a good run, but it's time to go. All right. Be back tomorrow for Checkpoint Friday, everybody. See y'all later. Peace. 14 and a half. Okay. I was misled then. Thank you for the wisdom. Anytime, AoE. It was nice talking to you. Surprisingly good muscle memory on the map still. Doesn't surprise me at all. I'm sure it's like riding a bike for you. Alright. Bye for now. See ya, everybody. So true. Peace.